What is going on, Wastelanders? I'm the Lone Vault Wanderer. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So for all of you Fallout fans out there, I've got some mouth-watering news for you. And it's about the potential reveal of Fallout 4 on December 11th, 2013. Now before I got into this topic, let me put a disclaimer on this video. This has not, I repeat, not been officially confirmed by Bethesda itself. All it is rumor and speculation based on a website. And that website is thesurvivor2299.com. Here is a still shot image of the website, but if you want to see it for yourself, I've got the link in the description below. And when you go on that website, you'll notice two things. Firstly, as you can see, you'll see a 27-day countdown timer. It's at 26 days now, but that's what it started from. And it's counting down to December 11th, 2013, which is next month. The second thing you'll notice on this website is a beeping sound in the background. Now what that actually is Morse code. And when that Morse code is actually deciphered, it actually states the release date of this particular website at December 11th, 2013. Because when this website was first published, it didn't have the countdown timer. All it had it was the Morse code. But people managed to crack it, and now they've just put the countdown timer. Now, when you first look at this website, at first glance, there's nothing really spectacular about it. It's very vague. It doesn't really give much away. But some people at Reddit actually went through the back door and managed to find some very interesting facts about this website that all of you Fallout fans will seem to be delighted about, because I definitely am, without a doubt. And the first thing about the website is this. If you look at the register of the domain, it is registered by ZeniMax Media Incorporated. Now, if you don't know who that company is, it's actually the parent company of Bethesda Softworks. Now, Bethesda Softworks, of course, is the publisher of the Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas series, after they took over the game, the Fallout series, from Interplay Entertainment. Now, if we just stop right there and analyze that, you've got the parent company of the publisher of Fallout publishing this, registering the domain of this particular website. Now, that doesn't, automatically say that Fallout 4 is going to be revealed on this date. It's just something to support that theory. There's a lot of holes in this news article, but the fact is that it's there. It's a potential reveal, and I'll keep stressing this. Take all of this with a grain of salt, but it still raises some eyebrows. You know what I mean? Like, Bethesda Softworks doesn't really have anything else working for it at the moment. It's finished with Elder Scrolls Online. And the fact is, the next logical step is Fallout 4. It's the cash cow of that company. There is no way, in my personal opinion, that they're not going to take Fallout 4 as the next step. There's too big of a fan base, and there's too much money to be had if they were just to release a spin-off title, or if they were just to pursue some other title for no fucking reason, in my personal opinion. But that's the first part of this article. The second part is that the people that read it actually identified a JavaScript code which specifically calls out Fallout. Now, that's a very, very vague statement. I'm not sure, what this JavaScript code actually said. I can't provide you with the text, but if this is true, it lends itself to the story. It lends itself to the fact that it's the parent company of the publisher of this particular game. And it simply supports the argument. Yes, there's still drawbacks, but I'll continue with it, right? There's more to this. If you look at the date format, if you guys don't know, obviously, if you're in the United States, you'll know this. Their date format is set month first, day, then year. But this date format is more akin to European, Australian, and most of the other world, where it's set out as date, month, and year. Now, one site called The Escapist, I think it was, they interpreted this as thinking that the game is actually going to be taking place away from America, away from the United States, because it doesn't have that specific date format. Now, whether that's actually the case is questionable, because this date format is more used outside of the United States, and it's more internationally known than the United States version of the date format. But the funny thing is that there is an old video that I watched, and the Escapist actually picked up on, of the Obsidian's J.E. Sawyer, who is actually the lead designer and project coordinator of Fallout New Vegas, working with Obsidian Entertainment, obviously. And he said in the past that he'd like to make a Fallout spin-off based on the European/Middle Eastern conflicts during the Resource Wars. Because, the Fallout series doesn't take place in a vacuum in the United States. People survived on other countries too. Sorry about that. And the fact is that the series has kind of, they've kind of mentioned these other states in some way or another. If you notice, if you play I think it's Fallout 3, how you have the Chinese wars in that DLC. The fact is that they recognize that other countries have still, you know, they still have human beings surviving there. So the fact is that a European/Middle Eastern conflict is a completely legitimate storyline that they could pursue. And the fact is that since they're not using the US date format, the typical US date format, and more akin to the international standards, it could, you know, it could mean that the next Fallout game could be taking place in Europe or in the Middle East. Now, this is obviously contrary to the earlier reports that we got about the game that's going to be taking place in Boston in the United States. Now, whether it's true or not, the fact is that this news is circulating, and the fact is that it's lending more to support that there is a game in development. Whether it's in the United States or Europe, I don't really care. Personally, I'm from Australia, and I would like to see the game stuck in the United States. And that's because I really like the whole 1950s theme of, you know, post-apocalyptic America. I love the music. I love the cars that are, you know, left in the wasteland. I love the dress of the people. I just really like that time, and the music fits in really nicely with that. Now, I'm afraid that if they were to take it to Europe or the Middle East, you'd kind of, you know, you'd get away from that, and it'd take away from what Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas really, you know, embodied in that American style 50s, you know, genre, if you want to call it. But if in my personal opinion, if they were to take it away to Europe or Middle East, they should do it either in a DLC or just have the story incorporated into it somehow. Why not have the Vault Wanderer or the Lone Wanderer or whatever start in the United States and be forced to go to, you know, one of these countries? Something like that. You know, you don't have to have the entire story based in Europe or based in the Middle East, especially when the game is prominent for being, you know, in America. But I will say that, you know, other game series like Assassin's, they pull that off really well. Assassin's Creed, sorry. You know, they started in Middle East, and then they went to Rome and Italy, and then they went to America. You know what I mean? They've changed the geographical locale of the game so often, but the game has always stayed true to its core. Me, I don't think Fallout fans would like that. I don't think they'd like such a drastic shift in the backdrop of the game, but who knows? So long as the game is being made, that's the main thing that I'm excited for. But the problem about all of this now, I told you I had a disclaimer about this video, is three things pretty much. ZeniMax Media, alright, when it registers its domain names, and a few examples I could think of was Wolfenstein and Elder Scrolls, when they do so, they register through corporate domains. If you don't know what that is, it's completely different to the, you know, the retail domains that typical consumers like I or you can actually implement, right? Like GoDaddy.com or something. They have professional corporate domains which they use to implement their websites. But this website was, you know, registered through GoDaddy.com. Now, it seems a bit odd that a multinational, or, you know, a very, very big corporation like ZeniMax, and in the past has registered through corporate domains, has seemingly registered through, you know, just a typical consumer domain site that's, you know, relatively cheap. It doesn't make much sense. It's not really consistent, you know, with a legitimate website that you'd think a company of that stature would register. And secondly, ZeniMax, when it registers its own website, they use DNS service registrations, which is ns1.zenimax.com. But the Survivor 229 website uses a separate and self-branded server. Again, that's taking away from the fact that this might be a spoof, this might be a joke someone's playing on us, or a joke that ZeniMax is playing on us just to tease the game. Maybe they did this intentionally, so, you know, people might think that it's not too real, and then they suddenly release that it is Fallout. I'm not sure, you know, it's just another thing that's putting a hole in this story. And when IGN, which is actually the site that reported on this this website, and also Escapist magazine, but when IGN actually called out to the Bethesda, they declined to comment on this issue. Bethesda is being closed. It's being really tight shut like it always is. I mean, there's been no leaks, no potential hints as to Fallout 4. There's been such tiny things seemingly that have circulated on Reddit, and that's, you know, kind of pushing me to the fact that this might not be legit. I'm not saying that what these Reddit guys have done is false in any way. This website could very well, you know, be registered by ZeniMax, and I think since IGN is posting on it, that is true. But the fact is that it could be someone, you know, either hacking and circulating this website and using it as a spoof or a prank, or it could be ZeniMax itself or Bethesda Softworks with their permission actually, you know, making this as a spoof or a prank. But the fact is, it's something. It's something that us Fallout fans can look forward to, and I hope you are, because I will be. Until December 11th, I want to be crossing my fingers and hoping, you know, with all my heart that this is a Fallout 4 reveal, because I've been waiting for this game for too long, and all of us have been waiting for this game for too long. But put your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Do you think this is legit, or do you think this is just a big hoax or prank that someone's playing on us? But anyways, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. This has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself.
Did you hear that?
Hey, don't fuck
Oh, fucking pump you cunt. Oh, fucking lay the fuck up, cunt. Bro, I will fucking pump you now. Give me your address, cunt. I'll go there right now. Right, because you know what we're like, eh? You know what we're like.